In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning. Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, a.k.a. the best that ever did it, a.k.a. we're going to have a great show for you today because today is Tall Tale Thursdays, and I got a special guest on the show today, Mrs. Gwen Factor Robinson. Hey, Gwen, good morning, girl.
Hey.
How you?
I'm good. Where'd you come up with Gwen Factor Roberson?
It's the Gwen Factor.
Right. You always be trying to throw my government name up in there. You don't give last names. I'm in the witness protection program, okay?
Look, I apologize.
That's okay, babe.
Boom. I did like that. Girl, I am so glad to finally have you on the show. I always see you in the audience, but you finally is here officially, so I get a chance to chat it up with you and find out what's going on with you. And introduce yourself for the people who don't know you, ma'am.
Okay, well, thank you first of all, Reese, for having me. I love checking the Morning Mac show out when I'm able to, to slide in and hear some of the topics. Y'all be doing the damn thing. Appreciate y'all. But again, for those of y'all that don't know me, I am the Gwen Factor. I am a female comedian, stand-up comedian here in the DMV area. That just pretty much tells it the way I see it. I just don't know no other way to say it or see it. I just had to keep it 100 all the time. 100.
And that's what makes it funny, and that's what makes it personable, and that's what makes it like wow, like you're there. Yes.
Thank you.
What I'm saying. And not only that, her unique style of comedy, I love her voice. She reminds me of an older Whitley Gilbert. See, this is Whitley Gilbert now.
I laugh every time you say that.
It says she really the Whitley Gilbert factor. That's the Whitley Gilbert, not the Gwen Factor, but the Whitley Gilbert factor. That's what it is. So this is Jasmine Guy.
Jasmine Guy factor. I think Jasmine Guy would tend to disagree. She probably be like, how I be like, she be like, that girl don't sound nothing like me.
But you got the little raspy in the voice and the country twang. Gwen be cracking you up, y'all. Y'all got to go see her and check her out. And a matter of fact, she be all over the place. When can they come and see you and check you out, Gwen?
Oh, well.
Did I go out?
I don't know. Was it me?
Because
Okay.
it paused and I couldn't hear anything. You heard that
Oh,
pause too?
okay. You hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I am oh Lord, I can't do all that. I've tried to do y'all got all these little extra things on here that I hadn't seen before, and I'm over here trying to multitask, and I don't know what I'm doing because it says stream this to your audience. So I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be sending this out to my followers. So then it was like, okay, you got to create an account. Then it was like, go to your email, get the security login code. I was like, okay, this is too complicated for me this early in the morning. Y'all know I'm technologically challenged when it comes to this stuff. So I don't know. I may have bumped us out. But anyway, I'm done fooling with that. I'm not touching that no more before I mess up our whole little interview thing we got going on here. But yes, things have been very busy. I can't believe around November, December timeframe of last year, I was worried about if I was going to be able to, be on as many shows as I had done last year, and would the momentum continue to keep going and building. And I'm very blessed to say that it has. The bookings are coming in, doing a lot more traveling this year. Been fortunate enough, I've been as far as Arkansas and Memphis so far this year. I've been to New York, New Jersey, Philly, and I just appreciate all the love I've received so far. But the next 2 weekends, I'm actually here locally. So I always like to let my DMV folks know when I am in town so that they can absolutely come to see me. So this week, as I like to say, as the luck of the Black Irish would say, I'll be at Body Oasis at my monthly Curls, Cuts, and Comedy show that we do each and every month at Body Oasis on Bryans Road, Maryland. That'll be St. Patrick's Day. We've got an amazing lineup of comedians. I'm super excited about that. We have Howard G., Baltimore's own Howard G. Y'all, old heads will remember him from The Wire, HBO's The Wire. And he also did, back in the day, the Kiss My Bumper commercial.
Yeah,
Kiss my bumper.
Just kiss it. That's why I got Senate insurance. And that's why I dropped them, because they kissed my bumper.
They kissed your bumper, girl. But look, I bet you he's still getting his Kiss My Bumper checks, though, at the end of the day. But yes, so I've got him on Friday. We'll be putting on a great show. I've got Charles County's own D Sharp, who's been blowing up, doing some big things, traveling across the country. Definitely brings the funny. He'll be there along with my girl Dominique Canyon, coming in from DC. Damo Canyon.
Damo?
Yes,
okay.
Damo is going to be on the show. I'm very excited to finally work with her again. We haven't worked together since last year.
Pure Lounge. I was there, honey.
Yes, when I did the Pride show.
I was there.
And you remember, Reese, I was like, I'm a little confused as to why I was asked to headline the show, because everybody else on the show was, one of them alphabet letters.
Look, don't be talking about our alphabets, because I'm gonna let a co-holder too now.
Hey, I told y'all, I have supported the gay community for over 40 years. Okay, I go way back with the gay community, back when all they had was the Village People. Okay. I done told y'all that. I have been big supporter of the gay community when they ain't had much of nobody. It was me and the Village People. And then Cher came along and jumped in on it. But
wait a minute, you skipping somebody, Miss Sylvester. You make me feel.
Oh, yes, that's his truth.
Can't forget Sylvester, honey. Well, Sylvester was before Cher.
He was right there at the front, swinging that flag long before they even had the pride flag. Okay. But
Rest
yes,
in
I
peace.
love my gay community. They have always supported me. And that was actually, I feel like one of my best shows. I really, really loved doing that show. I was well received, and even though the crowd was younger than I'm used to doing, I was just awed that they were able to take in my jokes, because a lot of times I say sometimes my stuff is a little bit more mature, go over some of these young folks' head. But they was right there. There was a smart crowd, and they got every single one of them jokes, and I appreciate it. But I'm looking forward to my Friday show, and then Saturday we will continue with part 2 out in Charles County. I'll be at my other room location, Bar 210. You can find all of this information on my Instagram, Facebook. Links for tickets are in the bio. There's still few tickets left. These shows do typically sell out. We have, unfortunately, I had to turn folks away at the Bar 210 show. So go ahead and get your tickets. Don't wait till Saturday morning and think you're still going to get a ticket or show up at the door.
That's
and
right.
think you're going to get in. You might get your feelings hurt, unfortunately. And that show, we have an amazing lineup as well. We've got another Baltimore's finest and one of my favorite comedians out of Baltimore, King Tink.
Yay, King Tink.
Yes, King Tink. That boy know how to tell some jokes, don't he?
Now, let me tell you, I got a story about King Tink, and it's at your event on Body Oasis. Y'all listen here. It was like a year ago. What was it? It was been a minute.
That's all right, about a year or so ago.
It was over a year. It was in 2021, because this didn't happen in 2022. This took place in 2021.
Okay.
Gwen had an event at Body Oasis, and I remember it like yesterday, because she was like, "Bitch, Miss Sin is sick. Can you step in?" I said, "What?"
Right.
What?
Right.
I jumped in. I said, "Tyree," I said, "I'm stepping in for Miss Sim." And that day, and that D-Lo was on the show. King Tink was there, and somebody else, another me, yes, and another guy was there. It was hilarious. And when King Tink came back and gave me props, and D-Lo was like, "Girl, you crazy." They just, I had to pay homage to them, because to me, I look at Gwen and all of them. You know, even though I've been in the game for over 10 years, everybody know I had to sit down for whatever reasons. But when I get up there and see the people that's hot and is banging and is slanging, and when I can make them laugh, oh, that's good. Because it's hard as hell to make a comedian laugh. They won't give you a full ha 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 ha. They give you a head nod. I'm like, come on, nigga, laugh. This shit's funny. Laugh. But they won't do that. But when these two fell out and said you was crazy, I said, okay, I got them then. I got them. They actually laughed out. And that's what we want, you to laugh out loud. So King Tink at Body Oasis, the Bar 210, this weekend coming up. Oh, it's going to be a St. Patrick good time.
It sure is. I plan on doing these, some green beer, some green shots, whatever it may be. But again, it is a double-header lineup out here in Bryan's Road, Maryland. As my girl Lori like to say, we over here on the west side of Charles County. Come on out and get this funny. Now, next week, I've got a full lineup as well. Again, I'm here locally. I have not put this up, but I'm going to announce it here today. So your viewers are going to be the first to know, including you, Reese. But I will be opening for Just Niche at the DC Improv on Thursday, the 23rd, and Friday, the 24th. Get your tickets. She's got one show on Thursday, two on Friday, and two on Saturday. Now, unfortunately, I will not be there with her at the Improv now on Saturday because I am now going to be banging in Bowie. Bang, bang, bang. I'm going to be out there with my boy, Joe Cleasy.
Bang, bang.
Doing the thing. I was like, I was waiting on the call. And right when I finally gave up, I said, Lord, Gwen, quit harassing this man. about trying to get a spot on the show. He gonna get a damn restraining order on your ass.
Look, he told us, he said that's how he got his job at WPGC and all that. He said, you don't stop, don't give up. You think I'm not going, when I see him, I'm not going to say, Joe, you got the book, when you coming on the show? You don't think I'm going to harass him? I said, that's okay. That Metro Access bus going to be backing up on his lawn. He going to hear, beep, beep, beep. His wife going to say, who the hell is that in the driveway with the Metro Access bus getting out with the walker? Look, oh, that's that damn reason.
He gonna be like, damn it, you gonna be like, I'm bringing the Morning Mactor show to you. If you not coming to me, I'm gonna bring the show to you.
That's right. I'm like, because you know I can have one guest. I'm like, come on, Molly, come sit on this bus with me. Me and Molly gonna ride out there.
Absolutely.
Did I forget to introduce my $1 million man, Molly? I was so excited talking to you, Gwen, that Molly, don't charge it to my heart. I am never alone. I always got my man, Molly, $1 million Molly, CMOS boss with me.
Yes.
He always in the back doing 50 million things. I love you, Molly.
We love you, Molly. You be doing the damn thing, and you in the background, you do not get all the shine that you deserve because you behind the scenes, but people don't realize that we're not able to do any of this stuff without those behind the scenes people. So we always appreciate you. Much love. And thank you for just doing you, being you. Love your spirit, and just how you be doing all the things that I can't, because you like technologically like a genius and whatnot. He be doing the thing, but I am super excited. I hope that, again, all of these shows will be out at Bangin' and Bowie, 2 big shows, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. And I'll be out there with West Coast BET Def Comedy Jam. You've seen her on Comic View. You've seen her on Def Comedy Jam. OG in the game, Melanie Camacho. Oh my God, I'm so excited to do this show with her. And then my other sister in comedy, Baltimore's own Ray Diva, is going to be on the show with me. And I'm super excited to do Joe's very first Women's International Women's Month comedy show, all female lineup. And just shout out to Joe Claire for believing in female comedy, supporting female comedy. He's always been a great supporter of female comedy. And I just appreciate him putting something together. Sometimes they typically will do shows, you know, for Mother's Day and things like that. But I love that comedians are starting to pay more attention to Women's Month, you know, and acknowledging us, you know, during this additional time in March now. So we're going to have a fun. Oh, my God, it's going to be so much fun. Because first of all, Joe Claire crazy as hell. Let's just talk about that.
Now, speaking of Women's Month, before we go into Joe, speaking of Women's Month, this book right here came out March 1st, Women's Month. It's 1 year old.
1 year. We're on the anniversary.
Just look, spoiler alert. If y'all don't come to the show, at least come to the lobby and get the Gwen Factor merchandise. She's going to be selling t-shirts and towels and all types of little goodies and treats out there. And I'm going to be out there in the lobby selling my book right along with the Gwen Factor merchandise.
Bracelets now. We got Gwen Factor bracelets. We got some new merch items. But yes, my girl Reese and Michelle Pucciarelli, your other co-host in here sometime, they will both be holding it down for me at the merch table during the 2 shows. So, but you'll be able to see me and get pictures with me and all of that after the show. And check out my merch. But I do appreciate my girls coming to help me and hold me down. And then, of course, we'll have Big Melvin in the house. I will have my own private security. You know how I roll. Even though, you know, they bougie as hell in Bowie, but I still don't be taking no chances. I take that private security with me when I be traveling, you know. Got to take Big Mel with me. My Green Mile.
That's right, her Green Mile. I don't want to give a big shout out to my brother DJ Slicky Woo Boo, who do harass me each and every day. He do 12 shows a day. And he's like, bitch, you better watch all 12 shows. I said, I be sleepy and tired and don't feel well. And he be like, I don't care. Watch my show. Watch my show. But I catch some of the shows that I can. He do a show like every other hour. A music show, y'all. So y'all want to listen to some music, jam out. I don't have to really watch him. I could just put him on and listen to him, you know. But I like to harass him too. So, and he be harassing me and telling my mama and gonna get me swollen lips and gonna get me in trouble.
Shout out to Slicky Woo Boo, though. Appreciate you always supporting, man. Appreciate you always supporting my girl Reese Cup. You know, we can't do this thing without people like y'all in the audience to come out and support us on this stuff. So we greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys. Let me see who we got in the house before I get to my first topic of the day. We're gonna talk about this mess that's going on with the Irving. Hey, I want to say what's up to Woo Boo, Molly, Butterman. Hey, Michelle Pucciarelli. I'm sorry you can't be on today. I got my girl, the Grand Factor, on today.
We're missing you, Michelle, but we'll see you soon.
With your little nastiness. That's Friday. Hey, Yogi. Yogi in the house watching. My man Yogi,
what's
DJ
up,
Woo Boo in the house watching. And if I don't get a chance to see your name, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, because I can only see on one thing at a time. I'm at with my visually impaired self, but that's okay. That I still be seeing. Okay, we can go to the video, Molly. Y'all watch this.
Watch the video.
Irving, a former Cowboys player for the NFL, hosted a news conference where he said that what is going on with him in regards to the allegations that took place on February 5th of this year with a Marriott worker is the precipice of a lynching. Check it out.
It sickens me. It sickens me because in this great country, this takes me back to a time where a white man would accuse a white woman would accuse a black man of something. And they would take a bunch of guys that were above the law, run in the barn, put a rope around his foot and drag him through the mud and hang him by the tree. Not a thought about what would happen, not an investigation, not after repeated attempts of people trying to go and say, guys, here's what really happened. Here is what really happened. Here are witnesses that'll say this. Here's witnesses that'll say that. And so we don't want to hear. We do not want to hear. How can I defend myself if I don't even know what I'm defending myself against? They asked me, they said, do you remember this girl you met in the lobby? I work and I live in hotels. I stay in hotels all year long from August to September. I meet people every day walking in and out of a lobby. I couldn't even tell you what she looked like. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm talking about when I'm talking about I'm supposed to do something. This just blows my mind that in 2023, we still dragging and hanging brothers by a tree. That blows my mind that I have no opportunity to defend. I don't even know what I'm defending. And absolutely, to not listen to the court. Marriott is above the law.
So as you heard him there, he described what would happen to black men back in the day due to the accusations of a white woman. And he says, even though many people are saying, hey, he's not guilty, this is what really happened. He said people who deem themselves above the law would do heinous things to black men. So I should tell you guys what happened. So on February 5th in Phoenix, Arizona, Michael was at a Marriott hotel and he was accused of saying some inappropriate, lewd things to a female worker, a white woman, for lack of better words. And so she complained to her bosses the next day and said that he propositioned her for, what he propositioned her for allegedly. And, he was carrying on saying, ooh, I'd hit that and all kind of stuff, right? So then the Marriott Hotel reached out to the NFL and told them what happened, and the NFL suspended Michael Irvin because he is a news analyst, if you will, a sportscaster for the NFL, and he was going to be working for the Super Bowl that was upcoming later on the week after that. All right, and so now Michael is suing the Marriott for $100 million due to how they handled the situation. Well, for one, he says that did not happen, and there are witnesses that said that didn't happen. We were with him, we were taking pictures, and we never saw him do any of the things that he's accused of. It should also be said that there are no criminal charges filed or anything like that. It was just the accusation. Well, Michael, again, is suing Marriott for $100 million because he said that you guys have defamed me and you cost me money because I was suspended or let go from the NFL of my Super Bowl duties on something that was absolutely false. In fact, his lawyers are saying it's total hogwash. And so the Marriott took a very long time to actually give Michael's team the surveillance. And in fact, the judge in that case admonished the Marriott saying, what is going on? I have told you all repeatedly to give them the unredacted video surveillance of said incident. Well, the Marriott's lawyers finally did, but when they allowed Michael's team to watch the videos, they were not allowed to record. They did not get a copy, and they only were allowed to have 3 people watch. And so when the judge got wind of that, the judge said, that ain't what I said. I didn't tell y'all to put stipulations on people watching the video. So the Marriott is doing some funny business there with that video, but Michael is saying, I'm not guilty. I shall be vindicated. And it's total nonsense that I, as a black man, am still, being accused of the things that the people before me were accused of and have lost their lives for. So you know what? I agree with Michael. This is some sort of a, lynching, if you will, or the beginning of one anyway. As we know, there's been many black men who have lost their lives, black men and boys lost their lives due to looking at a white woman, accused of whistling at a white woman. And in fact, one of the accusations there is that he was leering at her. Like to us, it's like, well, what does that mean exactly? But to them, that's the dog whistle of, this black man, he was looking at me in a sexual manner that just felt so uncomfortable. That's what that means. And they, as white women, know what that causes their men to do. And that's act a fool. And as he said, take the life of a black man without any evidence at all. And you know what? Even if he was leering at her, is that a crime? I don't know. Y'all tell me. So anyway.
All right.
Well, I'm just waiting so I want to tell it the way I see it.
All right. Let's start with you, Gwen. What did you think of that video?
All right. So the way I see it, as y'all know, I before I started doing comedy and what I do in my day job, I work for a law firm. I've worked in the legal field for almost 30 years. I'm not a lawyer. Don't claim to be one. But at the end of the day, there's a thing that we call here in the United States innocent until proven guilty. And I find that as of late, this whole culture cancel environment has kind of wiped away with that. It's more like you're guilty and then you have to prove that you're innocent. Too many people are losing money, losing jobs, losing credibility because things are being put out there and people are being punished before they should even be punished. At the end of the day, he might have said some inappropriate things because I just feel like people of a certain age, we old school. We still tend to say inappropriate shit. We do because we living in different times now. But does it warrant him losing millions of dollars for his career to be messed up? These people didn't file any criminal charges. They went straight into civil charges, which is about nothing but money. And unfortunately, we live in a very greedy society now where if people see an opportunity and think that they might be able to make something off of it and get a settlement, they will, but at the detriment to him. So was his statement a little over the top and extremely exaggerated by comparing it to a lynching of the day? Yeah, a little bit. But at the end of the day, he has a point, you know. White women have been sitting up here getting black men killed since the beginning of time because of accusations made, or because we've even had episodes where they were willingly with the black man. But then when they got caught by their white daddy or white counterparts, whatever the case may be, then they backpedaling and they don't want to admit that they've been with this person. And we've seen it happen over and over again where black men have gone to jail for such things as statutory rape when the woman was in a relationship with this person. So I just feel like we're very quick to judge these days. And at the end of the day, I say we wait and let the evidence come in and see what actual proof. But it doesn't sound like Marriott definitely hasn't handled this well at all. They're responsible to turn over any discovery to the opposing counsel, to the other side. It doesn't appear like that was done. To sit up here and say that they can't have copies, that's typically illegal in a case. Anything that that is used in the case, both people should have access to it to be able to utilize it, you know, for whatever settlement or trial that's coming up. Now, my personal thoughts, I personally feel that most football players from the Cowboys have a certain, you know, there's always been some things that have transpired with players that played with the Cowboys. You know, they have
my Cowboys.
Hey, I'm not, you know, I'm not a fan. You know, I'm a Redskin to the day.
That's why I about the Cowboys, and they're the Commanders now.
Look, they could be Commanders again. I'm old school, so what y'all gonna cancel culture me because I continue to call them the Redskins? My team is the Redskins, and they always will be. I'm a Redskin, bitch. I'm a Redskin.
She's trying to throw shade on the Cowboys.
I am not going by that Commander slavish ass name because that's what it sounds like. It's some slavery. So I want
right up there with Master.
I'm not even. I digress on that about my team because I could go on about how we need to get rid of that slave owner, and how I feel like it's like a Whoopi Goldberg moment in The Color Purple. Ain't no good gonna come to us until we get rid of Daniel Snyder. It's got a curse on us, y'all. It's a curse. It's a curse, and until we get rid of that man, we ain't gonna win. We not gonna win. But that's a whole nother topic. We'll come back to that another time. But anyway, those are my thoughts. That's the Gwen factor, and that's the way I see it. That's what I said, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, of course, I got another viewpoint of it because, you know, me, I'm always going against the grain. I believe that he probably did say it. And here's my feelings. So what? So what? They have said worse to us and actually done what act on it. And then he didn't argue with the girl or leer over her. He probably just like, oh yeah, I hit that. And she wasn't even attracted. I saw the video where they were talking and he didn't grab her, he didn't touch her, and she shook his hand. And if you want to reach out, shake somebody's hand, and he might have said whatever, but at the end of the day, I hope he win because they shouldn't have took his career. Look what Tiger Woods going through with that crazy white girl that he done got shacked up with. Ain't even married to her, but she gonna want what $5 million or whatever. So many men.
But at the end of the day,
girlfriend, they crazy. But they don't. But black men don't stop going after them. They keep going because there was
that's what I say
in the day.
If you keep going after, chasing after that type of honey, don't get mad because you get caught up in the sticky nest of
or get stung by the bees.
Exactly, or stung by the bees. I mean, my thoughts is personally, I mean, he's got his own shit with him because the boy has some issues. We're not even going to talk about that. He don't, because he has some infidelity issues at the end of the day. But you knew what you signed up for when you got with that man. That's a problem I have with women across the board, trying to change men into what they think they can be. When you knew what you got when you signed up for him. If that nigga drank liquor when you got with him, why would you think now he gonna stop drinking? He was drinking liquor when you met. If he sit around and play video games all night and he was doing that when you met him, what make you think it's gonna change now that you married? He's still gonna want to play them video games. People need to quit trying to change people, accept people for who they are, and if you can, then be your ass alone. Just be your ass alone. I have an issue with judgmental people. I really do. Because I feel like you can't control anybody.
Right.
You can't change anybody. You have to learn to accept people as they are or learn how to love them from a distance. But let people be who they are.
Well, a lot of times people, a lot of our black men, Millie Jackson said it best when she said, it's a song that she got back out in the 70s called I Had to Say It, the 80s. I had to say it. When she said, the white man let you make some money, but you fools give it all back. And that's what they do. They always get caught up in this bull. They always get caught up in this BS. They always get caught up with somebody's knee on their neck. All the stupid situations. You got money. Like that other basketball player that was out there shooting in the daggone parking lot. You do stupid things. You want your money revoked. You want whatever success that you got, or you want that taken all back. Y'all stop it. Go somewhere and sit down with your millions and relax, enjoy life. Man, Michael Irvin got so many women after him. He don't need to argue at a person of working at the Marriott, do he? What do you think he gonna get like like OJ got like a waitress and then marry him and make them rich? Do he really need to talk to the manager at the hotel? Do he really do? Is that where we going? Is that where you trying to get some? And poor Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Kobe. Remember that housewoman, that the housekeeper that said that Kobe had raped her and had all the different men. And he had to pay.
He ended up paying multi-millions of dollars to this woman to get out of it. And at the end of the day, I mean, again, it boils down to it's not about whether or not you believe that it happened or didn't happen. I mean, I personally don't see where most men would actually have to sit up here and pay and take the coochie. You know what I'm saying? When you have that status, you usually don't. Now, there are some exceptions to the rules because, again, this ain't about taking. It's a power play. It's a control thing. When women are assaulted and raped. So there is something to that, but on the average, I just don't think that most average men have to take it. They see these opportunities. And I mean, I don't mean to put women down on National Women's Month, but women see opportunities and take advantage. We've seen it happen too many times. And all I'm saying is, I just feel like we've gotten away from innocent until proven guilty, which is what our judicial system is based and founded on. That's the foundation of it. And now we're so quick to cancel folks, cut their money supply off, which is exactly what they want to happen to these people. You're trying to bring people down because, in all honesty, Irvin should be suing to get back the money that he lost because he got cut from being able to be a commentator at the Super Bowl.
He's suing Marriott for $100 million. I don't think he's going to get $100 million.
As he should. This is not even a criminal case.
I don't think he's going to get $100 million, but he definitely should get paid.
Well, it depends. It depends on what the NFL was going to pay him. The other thing that you have to look at too, from a legal standpoint, you can use this as a basis to say, once this was put out and once they basically found him guilty of this and punished him before, how many other potential gigs could he have gotten that people now change their mind or pulled out on?
And another thing, Gwen, I don't think it's harsh when he used those words, oh, this is a modern day lynching of 2023, because that's how you hurt people. You go out of after their pockets. And he's right, they're going to destroy him and take them down. They taking all of our big people down with money. The government.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't like the word lynching when you try to compare it to that, because
well, it's
lynching
his
is a violent, horrible type of episode, and I just don't think that, okay, they done took you to court to take your money. You can't compare that to a lynching.
If they taking this man's livelihood and destroying his life and career, they killing him. They killed him.
I understand what you're saying, but it's still not the same comparison to being lynched, is what I'm saying.
But he's saying of 2023 modern day.
Right. I see what you're saying, but
it like that, because physically they can't touch us physically, but they will touch us mentally. They could take everything from them and our pockets and then make them jump off a bridge or whatever. They got you mentally. Getting me mentally is even worse, you know.
I like what Molly just said. He said he being white-balled. He being white-balled.
Yes, he is.
You're not blackballed. You being white-balled. I'm gonna have to use that. That's some good shit right there, Molly. You being white-balled. That's gonna be our new saying.
What Katina say? Katina said that is why they okay. I can see it now. That is why they bring
you down through public opinion when a crime hasn't been committed, which is absolutely true. And that was the point I was making. You are costing people their careers, their livelihoods,
canceling them.
When exactly before you've even found out all the evidence, you've already tried him in a court of the public audience before it even gets to court. Killing your career is killing your livelihood. That is correct.
That's
Katina, that is correct.
That's what
and I think that's what they want to do. They just feel like you said, they're gonna always try to keep that boot and keep that foot on our neck to slow us down, because we are great people. And our ancestors, our race, our culture, our background has always been superior at the end of the day. It goes all the way back to biblical times, and you can read it in the Bible. We have been a superior people, and they know it.
Right. Look, and even where they came from, the place of Europe, you know, Europe is named after a black queen, a black goddess, Europe. And it's so funny. Everything that they got, they get from us. So now they're trying to take everything back. Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. And I think the craziest part out of all of it is how for years, you know, they looked at us with disdain and called us ugly and said, you know, that we weren't even human. But yet every damn white woman out here now want to look like us. They want a butt like us. They want lips like us. You know, they want everything about, hell, they want our hair even. They want it all now. And so it amazes me how, again, you know, it's a level of jealousy. It always has been.
You know, and I have some, you know, some good close white friends. So I will ask them, what is it about that like black men? What is it about, you know, the attract? What's the pull? So it was well, I like the black people and the culture because what is it? Because you're looking at the black men. Because it was told to me that the white man will look at a white woman and be like, she's average or whatever. But a white woman will go into the black community and everybody will leer and oogle over them like, ooh, she's beautiful. Ooh, she's this, she's that.
Well, because we have an exotic look. And
no, I think it's not only that they want, but it's also that the black man will fall out over the white woman. Say me and you and Michelle go in the room. We banging into the bricks. They'll fall out over Michelle just because of her color.
Right.
And they think that's exotic.
I think it
and they
too
do
is
the same
about
thing
it
to
has.
Michelle.
I think it has a lot to do with as well this whole feeling of wanting something that you've been told you can't get or can't have.
That's taboo.
And everybody wants what people are telling them they can't have.
That's the
Hey,
culture.
what's up, Butterman 202? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm in the building today. Yes, I am. Thank you again for having me. But yes, they like our style. They like our culture. They like everything about us. That's why they listen. Hell, they buy more hip hop music and records than Black people buy hip hop. I mean, they embrace everything about us now. But again, as I say it, and like I said, this is just the way I see it. But I don't understand how we have not been able to come further as a people, and how other cultures have advanced so much further than we as Black people.
Because we still don't love ourselves.
Correct.
We've gone so far to get nowhere. We still got that racial divide, that social
divide.
Goes
back to slavery, as I try to tell people. There is a mentality that has been placed in Black people that go back to slavery days. And once you've instilled that into a culture, and unfortunately, it's like a generational curse. It has passed on and passed on and passed on. And they, from even back during slavery days, they have divided Black people. They have made us become crabs in a barrel. And I firmly believe this. It goes back to when on the plantation, they put the light-skinned ones, because 9 times out of 10, half of them light-skinned ones was they damn babies from them having babies with the slave women. They put the dark-skinned folks out in the field and made them work. So that was a divide right there. That's one. 2, then there's a divide by they put a Black man as a foreman over the folks in the cotton field to make them stay in line, which is then giving someone else. And that's where the Uncle Tom syndrome come from, of, okay, you done turned against your people, but back then, what was you supposed to do? Because if you didn't do it, somebody else would, and at least you may have been able to get a few extra things for your family. But at the end of the day, this goes back to slavery times, and it's a mentality that may never go away, unfortunately, because it is just carried on through generation, and it's a generational curse.
Well, look what Molly said. Molly said people blame the crabs in the barrel, but never the man with the barrel. He right. Katina said culture is definitely, and wait a minute, culture is defined as values and names that are shared by society. We definitely got a big role in that, because we change and create the culture, because they could do so much BS in our culture, so much negative stuff. Why can't they do good stuff too? There's a lot of good stuff going on, but we need more good stuff, people. Good stuff need to be infectious, like the Rona. You know,
oh yeah,
we need to keep going and building, and stop tearing each other down. As a society, we work together so we can actually get someplace and stay, not come 10 feet to go 20 feet back. You know what I mean? It's like every time we take a step forward, something happens and then it pulls you back even further. And then we starting from scratch again. I'm tired of it, you know, but even in the comedy field, I have seen a lot of comedians tear other comedians down. And bad my other comedian. Why would you do that? We supposed to promote and love each other and climb together. But people would rather push down the pyramid than help you climb.
That is true.
And I'm trying to figure this out. Like, it's enough out there that we all can eat. You ain't got to hate on nobody, baby.
I try to tell people that all the time. What God has for you is for you. And people need to recognize and quit hating on because they've seen somebody else, oh, I've been out here. Like you said, you've been out here doing comedy on and off for over 10 years.
Right.
And typically you are not one of the crabs in the barrels, but there's everybody's not always supportive of others that have maybe started in this. Like, I have not been in this comedy game long, but I've done a lot in the short time I've been here. And I'm sure there's folks out there that are hating and like, why is she getting this? Why is she doing this? But it's a huge part of it is, work integrity. I've been fortunate enough that I have a background in business. I have a background in marketing. So I've done very well. I've been able to apply that in addition to just having a natural funny. But at the end of the day, people need to focus more on what they're doing and less on what somebody else has or is getting. Because at the end of the day, your time is coming. What God has for you is for you. And people need to just recognize that and quit worrying about what somebody, I don't worry about what anybody else is doing. I am supportive and happy and proud of every other comedian's accomplishment. I support every comedian out there that I've known and met, and will always do anything I can to lift them up and give them the praise that they deserve for the work that they're doing. And it should be that way across the board. But again, we talk about humans, and humans are can be some selfish people sometimes, at the end of the day. I just hope to God that the blessings that I have been given in this short time, I try to give back to the comedians that have helped me along the way. And I will continue to do that, because that's just Gwen. That's just how I am. But I always appreciate these opportunities to come in. Appreciate you having me. And I know I've been promising to come on for a long time. And I'm finally glad I got here, and I will be back again very soon. I will try not to be a stranger. And I love you, sis. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Look, I know you'd be back. I talk to her almost every day, y'all. So it was like,
yeah, but it ain't for no damn hour though. I be like, girl, I ain't got no hour.
But I'm glad to have you on, and I'm so excited that you got stuff popping off. You see, I look at that, like, let's use Gwen as an example. She got stuff going and popping off, and I'm excited for her like it's me, because I do believe a win for one is a win for all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm glad to see my sister up there. I'm glad when I see them on the stage and shining. It makes me feel good as a woman, as a Black woman, to see other Black women doing their things. Just because I don't carry that hate gene in my bones. I don't like skinny bitches now. But that's just me being prejudiced. That's just me being prejudiced, because I be seeing how they be bending their knees and shit, bending over all easily and all that.
Exactly, girl. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Now that's some shit I will hate on, because I'd be like, look at her little skinny ass with them good ass young knees and whatnot. Like, look, they go down and go up and down. And look, and I'm just looking at them sometime and shaking my head like, you be getting some knee replacements at about 45. Keep on the way you going. See, I wish somebody would have told me back in my day when I was 20, because we didn't twerk back then, but we did basically the same thing back then. It was called doing the butt.
It was the shake. Remember when we like shake the walls, shake the walls. What about doing? We was on the walls screaming like Tarzan.
Exactly.
Work the walls and all that stuff.
Do the butt. And we did all that stuff, dropping it like it's hot, and nobody told us that we was gonna need these knees. This is the reason why folks is needing knees at 40 and 50 years old. Back in the day, you didn't typically need no new knees till you was about 70.
Honey, I was dropping it like a hot, doing splits. I got to get some new knee pads. I didn't know. And even back in my grandmother's days, they was shaking it. It was called squeeze your knees. They had a dance called squeeze your knees. So because you could imagine what that looked like. And when she showed me, and then I was like, oh shucks, grandma, y'all used to shake it back. What you think?
Squeeze your knees sound like they was probably doing the Tootsie Roll.
Yep, they were squeezing their knees. Yep, they will put their hands on their knees,
That
put it
Tootsie
together,
Roll.
and then do
That
that dance
Tootsie
like they do the
Roll.
baby. Exactly. And then they was shaking the tail feather. That ain't nothing but a twerking, shake the tail feather.
Oh yeah. Yep, we
You
did.
know,
All of them. You know, we say and these new dances. These ain't new dances. These people been out here doing the same stuff. They just repeat. History just repeats itself.
go round and round.
It goes round and round and like a circle and continues to go around the sun year after year, and history repeats itself.
And
Some
that
of
is
this history we just need to change a little bit. We need to, we need to do better. We need to love more and judge less out
amen
here
to
in this
that.
world. Because
Amen to that.
we living in turbulent times, people. And I hate to say, we in times of revelations, but I mean, it truly feels like it sometimes to me. And we just at a time where we need laughter more than ever. And like I like to say, we have got to keep good laughter alive. Keep,
That's right.
like we say, keep hope alive. We got to keep laughter alive, people, because we need laughter and smiling. And we need to soften some of these hearts out here.
That's right. To keep the people from crying, they gotta laugh.
My God.
And that's why I'm telling y'all this weekend, Friday, she's going to be at Body Oasis. Saturday, she's going to be down at Bar 210. Next week, she's going to be at the damn Improv Thursday and whatnot. I didn't even know about Thursday. And then on the 25th, she's going to be banging in Bowie.
Banging
with no
in
plan. And me and Michelle going to be out there at the 10 o'clock show telling jokes in the lobby. So if y'all want to see us passing merchandise out and telling jokes in the lobby, and white girl Michelle gonna be out there, Michelle Pucciarelli, and I'm gonna have her twerking on the table. Y'all bring your dollars out there. Y'all in for a damn Dynamite show, not that Dynamite, but damn Dynamite. Because when you see the show or the Banging at Bowie, especially that 10 o'clock show, you'll be like, damn. You like Joe Clay got them inside and outside the building.
Girl, I done told you about giving away them jokes for free. It's back to the old saying of why would you buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free? Quit giving your damn jokes away for free, girl. I ain't gonna keep telling you this. I'll be standing out there. People come up to me, girl. Oh, you supposed to be funny? Tell us a joke. And I'm like, here's this show I'm gonna be at. Come get this damn funny. But you're gonna pay your $25 to $40 to get this funny. One way or another, you gonna pay. I don't put mine out there for free.
Look, they gonna come. I'll be out there selling the t-shirt and the books. We're gonna have some Gwen Factor merch. I'm gonna be out there with the Gwen Factor merch in one hand and the Shades of Blue in the other hand. I'm gonna be a hustling bitch. And I might have some shit tucked in my titties. Watch out there
Lord.
now. Don't get none on you, honey. Like J. Anthony Brown be saying, watch out there now. See, he said that when I was stripping one night and he came through the club and I was swinging and one of the titties almost hit him. He said, watch out there now. I'm like, oh, excuse me, J. Anthony Brown. That's where he got there from my stripper days. They don't need to know about that.
Right.
They don't need to know how we get down. Only me and Medea know what we do.
I hear you.
But this has been another episode of the Morning Max Show. We talked the glamorous, the Gwen Factor. I can't say her last name because she gonna give me if I do.
I told you I'm in the Witness Protection Program, girl. Don't put my government name out there.
Like the Gwen Factor. Like I like how Molly said. But we had Gwen came on and we talked about crazy old Michael Irvin, I mean, the stuff that's going on in the world. And we talked about just about everything. Women's Month. We talked about my girl's upcoming show. And I'm proud. And I'm glad she's at the Improv. She's at Body Oasis. She at Bar 210. She's at Banging the Bowie. That bitch gonna be tired. That's what she gonna do. She get ready to be tired.
I'm tired now just listening to you talk about it. Like, Lord, that's a lot of talking.
You look, and I'm talking with a swollen jaw and a swollen gums and a missing tooth. That bitch bad, ain't she? She bad. Yeah, I'm gonna be hurting later, but that's okay.
That's what women have been doing since the beginning of time, girl. We push through that pain and keep doing what we have to do. That's why we need to celebrate women, because we are one of the strongest people out there.
That's
women.
right. Everybody had a mama. You got this sucker.
What?
That lady had to push
You
your
know
ass
what I'm
out.
saying? That's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. But damn it, you know who your mama is. You know who coochie you came out of, for real, for real. And
That's
again,
right.
like I've always said, if we had to rely on men to sit up here and procreate this earth, we as humans would not exist, because they would have one baby and they'd be like, they would tell their friends, and no men would ever have a baby again, okay?
They can't even pass a gallstone, kidney stone. They can't even deal with damn hemorrhoids. And the prostate, and let alone a big ass baby coming out your body.
Exactly.
You got to push this joker. And then when they can't push it, they cut it and take you out. Take it
Right.
out. They be like, it's so barbaric when you think about it. Ooh. Molly,
Well,
come
girl-
on in so we could close out the show. Molly will come in. I love to hear him say, great show, Reese Reed. Great show. And nobody said a Gwen factor like Molly.
Good show, ladies. Good show. Y'all had a good crew in here today, too. Katina was in the comments. I sent your Facebook to her. She wanted to add y'all on Facebook, and she was asking, was that y'all Facebook name under y'all name? I think that's y'all Instagram.
But that's my Instagram. On Facebook, it's Gwen Factor Roberson. It is my government name. And on TikTok, it's the Gwen Factor. Everywhere else, it's the Gwen Factor, other than Facebook. They the only ones make you use that government name.
The only one. Molly, what's her name, Molly?
The Gwen Factor. Girl, G Factor in the building. That's my girl, man.
And who am I, Molly?
Reese Pieces, a.k.a. Morning Max Show.
Not in your mouth, not in your hands.
Look, I'm melting your hands too. If you got the right hands, I'm melting you in your hands too. If the money right, I'm melt all over the place.
Oh, yeah, I heard that right. If the money right.
Girl, you better get you some shirts made to say that.
Reese at it again, y'all. That
At
life
it
is
again.
over with, Reese. Let it go, man. It's the young girls' days, man.
Look, I know I'm old. I'm not getting old. I'm old now.
Mm-hmm.
But when I used to be out there with the good knees, honey. Good knees, double jointed, elbows, and everything. Good, but you know, it's okay. I'm gonna sit down. I'll be back up again. It's okay.
Damn, Black China retired, you can retire.
Exactly. Tell it, Molly.
What up, yo? Well, y'all know we be back on here tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30, Freaky Friday. So,
Woo,
man,
Freaky Friday.
have y'all questions ready. We got to win this week. The ladies been getting us. So I think it'd be good to get them in Women's Month. That's the best time to get them.
Yeah,
So
but you're not
had
gonna
the
do
questions ready. Had them questions ready, because you know Reese already got a notebook full. Love
that. You
y'all.
ain't never lied. He ain't never lied. I'm like, oh yeah. Well, why do men do this, and why do they say that, and why do they smell like this after sex, and why do you know? It's a bunch. Freaky Friday. Michelle Pucciarelli will be back. Our girl Friday. Yes. So I want to thank again the Gwen Factor. Thank you. I got nothing but love. Gwen,
Thank
what you got
you for having me.
Molly?
We out. Love y'all. See y'all in the back room.
Thank you.